What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GameFreak. You know, when the Evercade first came out, the thing that really attracted me to it were the arcade carts. And the really cool thing about it is they're licensed. So that really grabbed my attention. And the other really cool thing is these carts have multiple games on them. So that was kind of a quick sell for me. I was like, man, for that price, you really can't beat it. They don't just make arcade carts. They make multiple carts, and most of them have multiple games on them. I do not have the full collection of all the carts. I think I have about 23 carts total. However, I do have what I was looking for all along, and I do have the complete arcade collection for the Evercade up to date. You know, they're going to keep making more, so I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next. But these 10 arcade carts right here, you know, these have a lot of games on them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all 10 carts, and I am going to tell you what my favorite game is on each cart. So let's jump into it. All right, so we're just going to start from the top. We're going to start, or I should say the bottom. We're going to start with cart number 1. They are numbered. So cart number 1 is, the Technos Arcade Collection. This cartridge has 8 games on it. And of the 8 games, my favorite game on it is the Combat Tribes. Released on the arcades in 1990, this beat-em-up is sure to be a hit for those who also enjoy games like Double Dragon or Final Fight. But be warned, this game is much harder than both if you are playing in single-player mode. Plan on using lots of credits if you don't plan on having friends join you in this street fight. So the next cart we have is cart number 2, and this is the Data East Collection. This has 10 games on it. My favorite game on this cart is Gate of Doom. Gate of Doom was released on the arcades in 1990. You control the character you choose from an odd diagonal bird's eye view. Believe it or not, you don't even notice after a couple minutes of gameplay. This definitely has a Golden Axe Gauntlet feel to it. I personally enjoyed this game a tad more than its sequel, Wizard Fire, but both great games. On to cart number 3, and this is the Galo 1 Arcade Cart Collection. My favorite game on this cart is Thunder Hoop. Thunder Hoop is a 1992 arcade platformer. It also has a run and gun feel to it. Up until I bought this cart, I had never heard of this game. But this was easily my favorite game in this collection after only a couple minutes of playing it. Smooth controls, great animation, and a good challenge made this an easy choice. This game alone made the cart worth it. On to arcade cart number 4. We have the Atari Collection. This has 13 games on it. My favorite game on this cart was Missile Command. This title was released in 1980. Its simplistic design and gameplay made this game appealing. The 2600 version of this game was already on my top 10 list of Atari games, but I've always preferred this version. Though Atari games haven't necessarily aged well, I had a blast revisiting this one. Alright, so before we get to the 5th cart, I just want to let you know, if you see a purple line on my screen, on my arcade, it is the purple lights that I have on my ceiling kind of reflecting off that screen, so I apologize for that. If you don't know, I have my Evercade VS hooked into a arcade cabinet that I built specifically for it, so that's kind of what you're seeing. So at number 5, the number 5 cart is the Galo Collection 1, Arcade Collection 1, and this has 8 games on it, and my favorite game on this cart is Saint Dragon. This horizontally scrolling shooter was released in 1989. I remember seeing this game at the arcade, but I never played it until now. It's definitely different, but in a good way. It took some time to get used to the character's movement, but after settling in, This game became the most played on this cart. It's actually a really fun game. Alright, so cart number 6. This is the Galo Arcade Collection cart number 2. This has 6 games on it, and my favorite game on this cart is Thunder Hoop 2. Thunder Hoop 2 was released in 1992. Like its predecessor, this was the first I've ever heard of or played this game. And like its predecessor, this was easily the best game on this cart. I'm not saying it's awesome, but it is fun. Because Galo is better known for dartboards, but there is an entertainment factor found in Thunder Hoop 2. Now we're off to cart number 7, which is the Irem Arcade Collection. This cartridge has 6 games on it, and my favorite game on this cart is In the Hunt. In this 1993 scrolling shooter, you control a sub who can shoot both horizontally and vertically. The graphics in this game are both colorful and beautiful. Mix those qualities with great gameplay and a good challenge, and you have an awesome game on your hands. I go back and replay this game quite often. It is loads of fun. Now we are on to cart number 8, and it is the Toaplan Arcade 1 collection. This game has 8 games on it, and my favorite game on the cartridge is Zero Wing. This is a side-scrolling shooter from 1989. Flying shoot-em-ups are some of my favorite arcade games. I previously only played this game a couple times, but it was a blast to revisit. It's a tough game, but not so tough that it's not enjoyable. Bright colors and pretty cool end-of-level bosses make this the standout game on this cart. Off to cart number 9. This cart has 7 games on it. This is the Toaplan Arcade 2 collection cart, and my favorite game on this cartridge is Wardner. This 1987 platformer is a game I never heard of until purchasing this cart. A couple times playing it, and it quickly became my favorite game on this cart. It has that typical 80s storyline to it, but it had enough charm to pull me in. Great little adventure and well worth the playthrough. And the last cart of the arcade collection is cart number 10, and this is the Pico Arcade Collection. My favorite game on this cart is The Legend of Silk Road, and this cart has 9 games on it. This is a 1999 beat-em-up. I typically like arcade beat-em-ups, but this one is nothing to brag about. It's not horrible, but it's also not that good. However, it's probably my most liked game on the very underwhelming Pico Arcade Collection cart. Not a good collection of games on this one. Alright, so there you have it. Those are my favorite games on each cart in the arcade collection for the Evercade. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Leave in the comments what your favorite games are on whatever carts you own. I would love to hear about it. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.